check my IRCC at least every 2 days. I don't like wasting time. Just go to the mountain and pray. High BP. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. So in today's video, I am doing a well-requested video, tell you everything that I did from after I got my admission to creating an IRCC account, medicals, documents that I submitted, biometrics, time period, the waiting period, and what I did after my visa was approved. Basically everything. This video is helpful if you are applying for a Canadian study visa from Nigeria, or if you simply want to understand what the steps look like, because to be honest, when I did mine, I really had little to no knowledge about it till I got to that stage. So yeah, if this is something that resonates with you, then keep on watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, comment down below what step you are in. Let's get into the video. So before I would start up this video, I would want to put a disclaimer. I am no legal advisor. I don't work with the immigration. I don't have an immigration consultant. I don't say anything outside what the IRCC government has already put up on their website. I applied my visa from Nigeria. This is just based on my own experiences, what I went through, what I submitted, what got me my approval basically. So first of all, I want to give you a whole overview of what my process was like. So the first thing was immediately I got my admission, I created an IRCC account, filled the forms necessary, did medicals, submitted my documents, made the payment, went for biometrics, waiting period, got the PPR request, that is passport request, submitted my passport, came back to pick it up, and yeah, my visa was with me. I'm going to explain every step in detail carefully. So the first part of it is don't rush your application. I understand that people are always on a time crunch, that you need to submit your documents, you need to go to Canada on time. If you are coming to Canada, I'm sure you would have had it in your mind for like a year, if not possibly years. I've had Canada on my list for like years. So make sure you are well prepared before you open the IRCC account. Make sure you have gotten your documents ready before you open the account, because if you open the account and start up an application, you have 60 days to submit that application, and if you don't submit the application in 60 days, the application gets deleted. Your account is still there, but that application gets deleted after 60 days. So make sure you have your documents ready. For instance, I mentioned in my last video that I had to do a police report. Police report is not something that takes time, but just in case you're in a country that takes time, you should also factor that in. So make sure you get the documents. However, my police report was not needed. I didn't even submit my police report. So that's one disclaimer. I don't know if it's essential now. When I put in my application, it was no longer necessary, but that was one of the documents that I started really early on, because I just factored in the country that I'm in and how long it might take to get it. So that is why I started that on time before I even created an account. And then the next step will be to website. You go for the Canadian study permit section, and then when you scroll at the bottom, you see how to apply. You click on that and then apply online, where you create an account or sign in. If you had an account before, you just sign in. If you don't have an account before, you create an account. I think I use the GCK. So anytime I use the GCK to log in, they send me code to my email, like it's like a two-factor authentication. So you put that, it has a password and two-factor authentication, and then yeah, you open the account. However, make sure you get a mail that you have easy access to. That website is basically everything that happens here in Canada. When you get here, that's the website you use for your work permits. That's the website you use for different things that you want to apply for. So make sure you have like an email. What I did was just create a new email and kept it strictly for that purpose. Just make sure your email address is what you use on a daily basis, because you'll be getting updates from there. Time for your biometrics, if you have a passport request, when you drop off your passport, when your passport has been sent, when your visa has been approved, when they need information from you. That is the email address. Like, they don't send you like, oh, I need information from you. They just send you like message that, oh, you have a message on your IRCC account, and then you log into your IRCC account to see the message. Most times that is how it happens. But make sure you have an email address that you have access to. Once you sign in, you click apply to come to Canada, and then there's a questionnaire that you have to like answer for the study permit, and then it then generates you the documents checklist. Like, it gives you the list of forms that you need to submit on that account. It also creates a unique number for your application. It gives you like an application reference number. It creates that automatically for you. You upload your documents, pay the fees, review everything, and then submit. That's basically the summary on how the IRCC's account work. Now let's get into the documents, which is the most important part, where people like seem to need help with. There are some important documents that you need to have, which everybody is required to fill out. The first on my list would be my passport and identity documents. Passport, whenever you're filling in your passport, make sure the information is correct. The names on the passport should be the same name you used to apply. Your passport number should be the same passport number you used to apply. And the funny thing is, on your passport, they all are in cap log, so put it in cap log. If you are not sure if the 0 on your passport is 0 or an O, you go and verify from the passport office, just so that you don't mistake anything. Make sure you verify everything. Ask questions if you need to ask, but that passport is essential. Your passport and your name, make sure you scan it clear. Another thing is to make sure that your passport is valid. If I'm to give you my 2 cents, go and get a new passport if possible. If you're from Nigeria, get the 10 years passport. Is going to save you on a long run, because first of all, it is just the best. You don't need to like keep changing passports. I don't know how much passports cost, but when I did my passport in Turkey, I know that it was so expensive. Passports then was maybe like 30-40k in Nigeria, but I was spending almost like $200 and something USD to get my passport outside. So make sure you get, if you can get the 10 years on, I think now it's almost like 100 and something thousand. If you can get the 10 years passport, get it. If you cannot get it, just make sure that you have enough years on your passport. I think it's logical to apply for any visa and you have like 1 year left on your passport. It doesn't make sense. So make sure that your passport has enough validity in it, like enough years before it expires. And another essential document that is required from IRCC is called the form IMM 1294E. One is the main Canadian application form that you have to fill out. Just search for it on the website, you'll see it. Even when you create the accounts, they'll show you where to download it from. You have to have that form. Here you are supposed to upload your documents. It has like a section where you're supposed to upload that document, to upload it there. Most times these forms require you to use Adobe Reader, so get Adobe Reader to fill it out. If you are people like me that we use Apple products and Adobe Reader, you have to like pay for it. You can go to the cafe and fill it out, but just make sure that you fill it out properly. They don't do the paper and biro thing that you print it out and then rescan it. They want you to fill it out there. And then another document is the IMM 5645E, and this document is where your family information is, like your parents, your spouse, your siblings, your children. This is where you fill out everything relating to your family and your basically like your home tie. These documents are very essential. Your passport and the forms that I mentioned, they are necessary. You can skip any other thing and they ask you for it, which I'm not in support of. You skipping any document and having them to come back to you, that's waste of time. And then we move to another step. This is essential because you filled out the form. I should know why you are coming to Canada. Why are you applying for a study permit? And the reason why you're applying for a study permit is because you got admission. This means you have school documents. So in these school documents, I want to see your official acceptance letter. Don't give me a conditional, because you know that there are some schools that give you conditional and unconditional. Conditional is like they just gave you the admission and then you have to pay like fees like deposit for them to give you like another letter. Yes, it is the final letter that you need, not the one that, oh, you got the admission. No, you need the final one, which some people call it unconditional, but on the IRCC website it is called letter of acceptance. So you need to have that done, like you need to have an original copy of it, scan them and upload that too. If you have mission letter, that's your acceptance letter, and you also got like a few scholarship, or you're going to be teaching, or something that you're going to be doing that's going to add more funds for you that's coming from the school, you can add it together as your school document. So I just put everything in one Word document, convert it to PDF, and then upload it in one document so that you can just see everything at once. Another essential one for me then, I don't know if they still need it till now, was the PAL. It's called Provincial Attestation Letter, really issued from your province, which then goes through your school and then to you. Bear in mind that this is not your admission letter. This should not cover as your admission letter. It's a separate document on its own. There's also a section for that in the checklist that you're supposed to upload to the IRCC. So there's a place that you can just click and upload that document. Up to this extent, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you turn on the bell notification, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and yeah, thank you guys for watching up to this extent. Now let's talk about what mostly gets rejection from, which is financial documents. For me, the financial documents is like the most important part, because okay, yeah, you got admission, can you fund the studies? That is basically like the idea of why they have these study permit application things. In my own application, I included documents that showed how my tuition and living expenses will be covered. If you didn't know, when you're applying to come to Canada, be it student, be it visiting, be it PR, you have to show that you have your living expenses, like money that can take care of you when you're in Canada. As a student, unfortunately, you have to show it twice. Like you have to show the living expenses and show your tuition fee. Everybody's situation is different. There are people that their school fees range as high as 50k, and there are people that their school fees is as low as 12,000 Canadian dollars. So everybody's case differs. However, the living expenses is fixed. When I came here, it was like 20,000 plus, but the September of when I arrived in Canada last year, I heard it was increased to 22,000. So I will reconfirm and put it on the screen. That is per person. And if you have like family, maybe your spouse is coming with you or your children are added, and then it increases. So if you have like your spouse coming with you, an extra person, I think it increases like 2k or 3k. If you have a third person, it increases. And yeah, so that is how the living expenses are calculated. Check the IRCC's website, all those informations are there. Make sure you explain the source of the money, like break it down, every naira. Like me, I used naira. Every naira that enters your account, break it down. Like I don't mean that you have to explain like every, oh, I got 2k today, I got 10,000 today. Yeah, you don't need to explain it, but you need to explain to them why you always have those type of funds coming into your account. If you guys want me to do a separate video to talk about how to build your account, I would do that and have it up. Just let me know down in the comment section on how to better explain your money. This last document is just the cherry on the cake, the letter of explanation, which is basically your study plan. And this is one document that I always advise people to really work on. I started working on my letter of explanation. Immediately I got an email from my school saying that I have been granted admission. Like I started working on it from that month, just because it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of connecting the dots. Like the way I made my statement of purpose, I don't think the person that reviewed my document had to go back and forth, because everything was explained there. At least if I say so, and anybody that reads it will be like, Oluchi, what else didn't you put there? So in this document, I explained who I was academically, like where I got my BSc from, my masters. If you've had any other study outside those two, you can include the I was, why I chose the program, why I chose Canada, how the program connected to my career path, and how I plan to fund my studies, what you aim to get after your studies. I also did this letter so that anyone that reads my letter of explanation, it's more like I'm having the conversation with you, so you know what my plan is logically. So that is what my letter of explanation was about. I know that AI is now a thing, but guys, in as much as you use AI, try to humanize it. Make sure you put in your own human features inside, because you can't just copy fonts from AI and then put it, because I told you already, everybody's story is different. AI might just give you like the structure of how it's supposed to be. If you guys are interested, just let me know. I would give you guys like an explained video for my letter of explanation and how it was, but just like the key sections that I included. So subscribe and comment down below if you're interested in that. So let's go to the next step, which is another thing that makes people anxious when doing it in Nigeria. I really don't know why, because to be honest, that was the sweetest part of it. It was very easy, just medicals. So for Canadian study permit, you are required to do a medical checkup, and they have two ways of doing that. You either do it upfront, they call it upfront medicals. You do it before you send in your application, or you wait till when your application is being reviewed and they request for it. Most times when they request for your medicals, it means like that's been approved. At least most of the people that I have seen or that I have heard their story, most of them got a request to go and do their medicals, and after that their visa was approved. But I don't like wasting time. Basically, I don't see the need to wait 2 times. I just believed in God, did my medicals upfront, and submitted it. I already explained to you guys how my medicals went, but just for saying sake, used IOM. I know that they have another one, but it's not coming to my head, but I used IOM. They have a center in Abuja, they have a center in Lagos. You cannot just walk to Asokoro General Hospital and do medicals. It doesn't work like that. You have to go to the designated health centers for all those visa application things. So I booked my appointment online. I went to the IOM website, selected the dates that was available or the dates that I wanted to go. They always have dates. I just selected the one that was of good options for me. I did a transfer 2 days to my medicals to an account, because they have the account number. So I did the transfer. But however, when I went to the IOM office, I saw people making payments there. But then again, I don't like wasting time when there's something that can be done. Me, I just wanted to do things fast and I'm out. So I made the payment online, printed out the receipt and showed them, and it was verified. They will check your eyes. I think they checked your eyes. If you have glasses, you wear contacts, you can go with it. They check your height, they check your weight, all those type of regular body checkup. They check all that, and that is what they include. Because I was doing an upfront medical, I had to give them my application reference number. I took my passport with me, so everything that they did, I had to give them most of the information because it was upfront. After that, they'll give you like a paper, and that paper you can submit it. But then I just waited for them, and they emailed me. I don't know if that's the official result, but I saw some of the results. So they emailed me a copy, and it was that copy that they emailed to me plus the ticket or the first paper that they gave me after I finished my test. I scanned both of them together in one document and then uploaded it as my medicals. Once you finish your medical at the center, they automatically send it to the Canadian embassy. So I just uploaded that for reference. Once I had uploaded these documents, the next thing I did was to cross-check everything. I made sure my name was correct, my passport was, if you need a second eye, third eye, fourth eye, 500 eyes to review it with you, review it with them. Just make sure that your names matches the passport, your dates were consistent, like the dates on your CV, the dates that you claim these, the dates that is on your proof of funds. Make sure everything is consistent, the documents are complete. Don't go and submit your application without those forms that IRCC are requesting from you, like the family document. And not just submit your application without those documents. So make sure all the documents are complete, then make sure the files are readable. Open it 100 times if you have to. One thing I did was that to cross-check the documents that I uploaded, I click on it, and once you click on the documents that you uploaded, it will ask you to save it again. So you save it and open it and make sure that it is the right document. Make sure you can read whatever it's on that document that you uploaded, just to be sure. Don't, so that's not when you think that you uploaded your proof of funds, you open it and you see that you uploaded another letter of explanation. Where's your proof of funds? That is an automatic denial. If the person is in a good mood, they might send you a web form to tell you to submit again, but just make sure everything is carefully done. After you have cross-checked everything, you go to the next page and then pay the fees. You pay for your visa processing and your biometrics. So you pay for it. Once you've paid, then you submit your application. Once you submit, save the confirmation pages, and then guys, everything that you uploaded there, even if it's an empty sheet of paper or empty templates that you uploaded there, save that file. Save it. Why I'm telling you that is that before I did this video, I logged into my IRCC account and everything is wiped. I can't get into the application anymore. Like, I can't see anything on that. People have mentioned to me that, oh, you should save all the documents that you uploaded, because when you want to apply for your work permit or your PR, you need it. That is necessary. But they don't give you the real reason. You will think that maybe because you submitted an application, so whenever you need it, you can just log in and you find it. No. It wipes away, because I didn't even know when that document wiped away. Once I got my passport, I never went back to that website, so I don't even know when in particular or how long it lasts before it wipes off. You can just see your application number, but you can't open it. Save every receipt, like everything, even your payment receipt, save it there. Once you just get that confirmation, take your phone, check them, screenshot on your laptop, check them, save it. Up to this extent, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you turn on the bell notification, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and yeah, thank you guys for watching up to this extent. So after I made the payment, the next thing was my biometrics, and I got an email like that the night of me making the payment. I got an email saying that I should pick biometrics date, like I should go for my biometrics. So biometrics means that they'll take your fingerprints and take photographs of you. So I already made my payments together with my visa, so I don't know if you can do payments outside that, but I did my payments for the biometrics there, so I didn't need to pay for anything when I got to the VFS office. The VFS office in Abuja is where I went for my biometrics. So I just logged into my IRCC account, and then there's a link that sends you to where to do your biometrics, and then I booked a date for it. I think it was like literally the next day. I was so lucky I got a date like the next day. I went for the biometrics. You cannot just go for your biometrics without being told to, like you have to get the letter, like the email from IRCC that they are requesting you to go and do your biometrics. Most times it's like a day or two after you have submitted your application. It can be in hours safe, so you have to get that before you go for your biometrics. For my biometrics, that's my VFS appointment, I went with my passport, the valid passport. You have to come with it in person, no photocopy. I made photocopies of the passport. I had to print out my biometric instruction letter. I had to print out my appointment confirmation letter to come for my biometrics. Biometric instruction letter is a 2-page document. The last page has like barcode. Guys, don't print out all the things that they gave you, because me, I was trying to be cheap and I printed out just the biometric page because he said it was just that page, and then I don't know how the person that printed it cropped it out or disrupted the barcode. When I came to the VFS office, I had to print again there, and when you're printing there, it is freaking expensive because you have to pay for internet, you have to pay for them to print it out. Yeah, you now get an email like that day, immediately, almost immediately, that your biometrics has been done. And yeah, after that, this is the part that gives most of us high blood pressure, where you have to wait. the waiting period is not cute at all, because it's more like you've done everything that you can, and then you now start remembering some documents that, oh, I should have added this, and then you're watching other people getting congratulations and you've not gotten your own, and you're the waiting period is ghetto. I don't advise it. It is hard. It is hard. The days become weeks, the weeks become years or months. You think that you're waiting for a longer period. You don't even know that it's like 4 weeks gone. I was always checking my IRCC. I check my IRCC at least every 2 days. I'm like, what is going on? There was a time that I got an email. I think the email was just to tell me that, oh, my biometrics has been uploaded. I was so excited. I'm like, I've gotten my visa in less than 1 week. High BP. Another thing I'll tell you guys is that when you finish sending your application, just go to the mountain and pray. Pray. Close your eyes, kneel down and pray. Pray for the person that is reviewing your documents, that even the documents that you did not include, they will not ask you for it. If the person that reviewed my documents, maybe the person has not eaten today, or the person is rushing, or the boss of the person told the person to stay overnight and the person is hungry, when they see Oluchi, they will calm down and review it. Those are the type of prayers you should be praying. Like that the person that is going to review it will be cool-headed when they are reviewing it. Just pray. That's the best thing, because if you keep pondering and wondering and beating around the bush, you cannot do anything. Just keep praying. Also, on the IRCC's website, or I think it's the IRCC's website, there is a place that you can also check for an update. Like you can see what stage your application was at, and you can see when you have actually started reviewing your documents. Because to be honest, for the first 2 weeks of when I sent in my application was just there. It had not moved. And then I think on the 3rd week or so, it then went to being reviewed. So I'll technically say my visa was approved in 2 weeks, because it was like on the 3rd week that I saw that it was being reviewed, and then the 4th week it got, maybe 1 week, in the 4th week it got approved, and then I got my update. Getting my approval was a relief. At first my heart was beating, like I could not breathe. I was just saying, Jesus, please, God help me. I got my approval within 4 weeks. Yeah, I think it was literally 4 weeks, if not less than 4 weeks. I got the email. 4 weeks, that felt like 4 months, but yeah, I got it in 4 weeks. And then when they send you an email, you open your portal and then you see that you have a PPR request. When your passport is being requested, you're supposed to send your passport to the place where you did your biometrics, which is the VFS office. However, I was not in Abuja at then, and the only option I could do was to use DHL to send it to them. So on the VFS office, they'll ask you if you want a drop-off pickup, drop-off, like go to and fro of DHL. That means if your visa got approved, you use DHL to send the passport to them, and then they send the passport back to you. I think at that time it was a little bit over 40,000 naira, but there's no how I'm going to spend that amount of money, and I already stay in Abuja, so that was the essence. So what I did was that I went to DHL office and I sent the passport from where I was to Abuja, and it cost me like what, 5,000 I think. And in 3 days it arrived at Abuja, because I got all the notification. So when it gets to Abuja, I don't know what then happened to the passport, if it was being sent to Lagos, but I got a notification saying my passport had arrived in Lagos. So that means the sticker was put in, or the passport was stamped in Lagos, I don't know, but my passport reached Lagos at least, and then it came back to Abuja. So between the time of it going and coming back was like max a week, like me sending the passport, it's going to where it was going to, and then coming back to Abuja and it's being ready for pickup was like 1 week. And then I came back the following week on Monday to pick up the passport. So technically everything took, let's say, like 5 weeks and a day. One other thing that I failed to mention is that a good part of why I know most of this step is because I had learned from people's story, and how I was able to learn from this story was because I joined a Telegram group. I think I saw someone on YouTube mention it, and I joined the group on Telegram. It's called the OJC group. Thousands of people there who are doing study permits, masters, BSc, PhD, they're all there. You can ask questions, people will answer you. I ask questions there, even though some people don't answer me. Some people private message me and tell me what I want, or I can ask other people, like message them and ask them questions. But be wary of that, because there are a lot of people there. There are also a lot of scammers there, people that tell you, oh, I can change money for you, oh, I can run it for you. So just be careful of it. I'm not going to be held accountable for what you do. If you're applying for study permits, I hope this gives you a clearer picture of the process, like what it means from creating the IRCC account, preparing your documents, going for your medicals, all the necessity. I hope this video helps with the explanation of that. Hey, don't worry, you'll get positive news, all of you guys. And yeah, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have more of these videos. I'm gonna pop up like my relocation series so that you guys can watch. It's going to have everything concerning how I relocated here to Canada and all that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.